Hi everyone, Paul Lange from Disciplined Trading Strategies with this week's Trade of the Week video. This is the week ending June 4th of 2023. The stock was SOFI. This happened on Friday the 2nd. This is based on a 60-minute major resistance area with an entry on a 1-minute DTS sell setup retest and failure pattern. Management was advanced and a reward to risk about 1.7 to 1. This trade only lasted about 30 minutes. It dropped early and targets were taken on that initial drop. I'll explain that in just a minute. But first, what do we have for the DTS free members this week? It's a busy week. We have two things going on. Number one, Wednesday, an educational event. I'm actually labeling an educational/training event called Best Time to Act as a Day or Swing Trader. It's going to be a very educational event. I already have it basically done because once I started, I just couldn't stop. And I suggest you be there for that Wednesday at 5 o'clock. And 2 days later, Friday, June 9th, will be the Introduction to Mastering Technical Analysis course. This is the first course for the DTS seminar program. All seminar students are required to attend, and I invite everyone to this course because there's a lot of great information that doesn't get too much into the actual technical analysis that's taught in the next 3 Saturdays. Following day, then Saturday, kicks off the actual DTS seminar program, the live classes. For those of you who are registered for that, that is a paid event, so you have to sign up for that if you are interested. Remember, there's also the DTS home study program if the Saturdays are not convenient for you. Here's the daily chart of SOFI. Now, the reason I picked SOFI as the trade, number one, it was very educational in several ways. Number two, it was not the best trade of the week. My best trade was significantly better than this, but it was very similar to what I showed last week or a couple weeks before that. It was a very quick trade that happened in the morning, and I don't like showing those off too much. It's nice when you get kind of an instant gratification trade and you get in something, it was a gap. Usually those quick gratification trades are on gaps that move quickly in the morning. Trade didn't last long at all. It made over a half week's profit in just a few minutes. But I like to emphasize that those are kind of the exception when you get that. And day trading can be anything you want. Even if you want to wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning to start day trading, that's fine. It can be as laid back and relaxed as you want, or as exciting as you want, depending upon your style and what you like to do. So this is what I call the typical good old-fashioned boring type of trade. A stock that really never moved all that much throughout the day, but understanding the chart, getting a great entry, and knowing when to take profits means that you make some decent money. So here's the daily chart, which is what I saw the night before. It looked like this. This is why I put this on the watch list, because of this extended run, topping tail. Not in any particular area, but the point is that it was in a downtrend this whole time, and you get that pop without any profit taking. There's going to be people taking profits as you retest that tail up in there. That's just what happens. And we're going to open there. And you notice it never went anywhere by the end of the day, and that's what was expected. That's why I took profits early on this, taking profits on that bottoming tail that formed first half hour of the day. 60-minute chart, we're going to come back here and see that it closed a little bit down, and then we run up and we gap up and test that area the next morning. Some people may look at that and say, oh, that's a double top or something like that. I don't have double top in my language. I have it as a description of a past chart. The chart was pretty, the chart was nice, the chart was this or that, and oh, that was a double top back there. But strategically, it's not any kind of concept, because you'd have to tell me what it is that you short in a double top. Every time you're in an uptrend, you make double tops every single move higher, and none of those are shortable. So there's a specific type of pattern I need to see to make the retest and failure pattern work. And that's what we had this morning coming up there. Going to get short just under there. This trade happened. The entry is in the opening 10 minutes of the day. Can't see a lot of detail in the 60-minute chart. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. We open up there. I did not short the top there. I actually wasn't looking at this. This wasn't a favorite. I usually have a handful of ones I'm staring at it open, and then I have a bunch of charts with kind of what I call the backup trades. And when I looked over, I saw this. You'll see it better on the 1-minute chart, but I saw this was ready to go. 5-minute chart, you don't see a lot of detail there either, because this happened the opening 10 minutes of the day. Entry under 703, stop over 713. Trade underway. Target 1 there. I'll explain that more on the 1-minute chart, 1/3, and then all the rest of it was taken there 2/3 at 677. Here's the 1-minute chart, and this is what I saw when I glanced over at my thumbnails, and I saw that right in there. Now, this actually was not a great entry. I was not staring at this, and I saw it starting to drop, and I decided to go ahead and jump on it because I felt that targets down through here were going to be very, very likely. It was still a good trade. Ideally, the right numbers up here, had I been actually watching this for a trade, probably this should have made a half week's profit on this. So it didn't turn it down because it was still good money, but it wasn't the best entry simply because I wasn't looking at it at the time. So entry, again, under 703, stop over 713. Target 1 there. Well, why target 1 there? Well, number one, for all targets, you have to understand that it's not just an area. We always look at an area, what might happen, but it's how you get there as well. So the gap fill area can often be a spot where traders are looking to buy. And since this was kind of a bullish daily chart, if this was going to take off this day, I didn't think it was, but if it was, this would be the low for the day. So I wanted to grab something there so that worst case scenario, this at least becomes a winning or a close to break even type trade. That allows me to go on and take another trade because I know this one is what I would call safe. Turns out we get a very, very light bounce. Kept the stop way up there for the back part of it because I want to make money, not take a small loss on it. And target number 2 down there, it's the same concept here. We had several things there that told me that that was going to be the bottom. So it trailed out right when it came off that big bar. Biggest red bar on the chart, increased volume exactly at 10 o'clock reversal time. And also if you look at the other charts, you'll see that this is probably going to be the bottom. So excellent target taking on this, 677 for 2/3 of the trade. Note how important management is all the time. If you're using some concept about getting too tight and you set your stop here, you never would have got the best part of the trade. If you're using a bar by bar concept, you're not going to get it here on this trade. That's not a good concept to use on most trades. So management of the trade, of course, is very important. It becomes a very common issue for traders to be able to see a chart and know up or down and maybe even get a relatively okay entry, but then the management becomes a problem for them all the time. So all of it goes into trading as well as being able to manage things properly in your head, because a lot of times psychology comes in and stops us from doing what we're supposed to do. That's all part of what I teach. It's all part that can be learnable. And if you like trades like this one here, you can simply come join us in the DTS Trading Room. We like to get the job done early. I'm typically off the mic in an hour or so, and we often have trades open throughout the day looking to get a bigger day move. Sometimes I come back and take a look at lunch to see if there's something to do. It depends upon the setup that particular day. If you want to join us in the DTS Trading Room, head over to the DTS homepage, look at a tab that says something like Trading Room in letters, and see if you can figure out how to join us. Until next time, this is Paul for DTS. Good trading, everybody.